YouTube, how's it going? Take these out for a minute. We are gonna smoke. It's after dinner. Wife made some nice barbecued ribs, beef ribs. Ugh. Not to brag, but they were good. We're gonna smoke the Rocky Patel. This is the Rocky Patel Dark Dominion Maduro. Smells good. We're at 63 at the foot and 65 at the cap. A little higher than I usually like, but we're gonna smoke it. You wanna know why? Because we're already out in the tent. That's really the main reason, because I don't want to go back in and get a different cigar. Whoa! To get it down where I really like it, would probably take a couple more days or another day, but we're not that kind of cigar snob, you know? We're gonna go ahead and just light her up because we're already in the tent. And it's close enough to being ready to smoke, so. Ooh, that one's salty on the tobacco. Do a lot of you guys get the salty too? On when you get the tobacco in the mouth, is it salty to you, or is it just me? I actually don't mind getting that salty bit. Now, a lot of people don't like Rocky Patel. I haven't smoked a bunch of Rocky Patel, but the ones that I have smoked have been pretty decent. The Rocky Patel Black Swan was actually, I liked that one really a decent amount. The Rocky Patel Edge, that was alright. Ran out of gas in that one. Smoked a couple other Rocky Patels, can't think of the names right off the top of my head, but they were decent. My favorite so far would be the Black Swan. That's a nice punch in the nose of pepper right there. Black pepper right to the, maybe some red pepper. Salty. Black or red pepper on the palate. pretty spicy. Not overpowering spicy, but spicy. The retro was a nice punch to the nose, though. It definitely has a dark breadiness to it. That was a weird flavor I just got. Almost tastes like perfume for a second. Has a nice dark breadiness to it. That's about it, actually. I mean, there's a, from that Maduro wrapper, there's a flavor in there that I'm not being able to pinpoint. Like to be able to express it. Dark bread, pepper, a touch of earthiness. Yeah, I can't place it. I don't know. We'll have to let it settle in and see. Definitely a little salty on the tip there. Decent draw, though. Look at that. It's a little tight. Not tight, but restrictive. I don't know if putting my hand up there helps you guys see the band better or not. On my screen on the GoPro, it looks like it does. But I won't know until I edit it. Or look at the oils coming out ahead of that burn line, though. You see that? I mean, the rest of the wrapper looks good. It's not too shiny, but you can see the sheen at the right ahead of the burn line. Especially with that angle, huh? Look at that. It's almost like a... I don't know. I want to say like a dark chocolate, non-sweetened dark chocolate covered espresso bean. Not bitter, but not sweet. Better go see what the dog's barking at. We'll be right back. Alright, you guys. Building a decent ash. It's a little restrictive. But I think a lot of that is because, for me, it's a little bit of a high humidity point. It's not busting open or anything, but I think that we could have got it down closer to the 60. Even those few points makes a difference, in my opinion. It'd probably be loosened up just a hair. It's not super tight. It's just a little more restrictive, a little more sucking that I have to do, that I usually like to do, I should say. I lost my train of thought. I had more, but I'm gonna stop myself. This has transitioned into very rich espresso bean. Like you just took a few espresso beans and chewed them up in your mouth. That's what it tastes like. No chocolate, no nothing, just straight up strong espresso bean flavor. And then on the finish of that, after it settles, like the long finish, I guess is what it's called, according to some of these big YouTubers in the cigar world. That's the lingering taste you get on your mouth, on your tongue. It does have a nice tobacco flavor. And then there is a slight, like, smoothness. I don't want to quite say creamy. It's not, it feels like it's gonna get creamy-ish, but it's just a smoothness with that still salty from the cap. Every time you take, you get that little bit of saltiness on your lips and stuff. And the pepper has went from a red to black pepper into like a light white smooth pepper on the retro. But the rest of this is straight up espresso bean with some salty finish and nice tobacco flavor. Medium to heavy on the mouthfeel. Not quite chewy. But I almost feel like this is going to transition again here pretty quick. Because that finish on the palate, that long finish, I believe is what it's called, like I was saying, it's getting more. It's coming in faster after the espresso leaves. It's a pretty strong cigar. Like, it's a Maduro. It's a little heavier. I'm not feeling like a big nicotine kick yet. I feel tobacco on my teeth. But it's a very strong flavor of espresso. Like, you straight up just chewed some espresso beans. It's a little tight though. I'd rather leave that kind of sucking power to the professionals. Randy, stop it. I mean, I feel like I'm trying to get a promotion or something. Yeah. All right, it's time to go before I keep saying stuff that I shouldn't be saying. I have a feeling this is going to transition though, so we'll be back. There. Now it's a real pretty ash, not flaky. Beautiful. You can still see the oils coming out here. It was doing better on that view, huh? Look at the oils coming out ahead of the burn line. Gorgeous. Alright. We'll be back before I spew something out my mouth that I shouldn't be. Alright, YouTube. This Rocky Patel Dark Dominion Maduro is smoking really good. This would actually... I'm taking the band off, sorry. I got sidetracked. Even though it's such a heavy cigar, this would actually be a good one in the morning with coffee because this thing is just full of that espresso. But it's awful good for a nightcap one also because of that, where you're not actually having to drink it and get the what am I trying to say? The caffeine out of the coffee to where it's going to keep you awake. You can get that flavor out of this stick right here and still be able to go to bed. This, in my opinion, it's a heavy cigar, but it would be good with coffee in the morning. There has been some updates on that retro. We get like a rosy, you know, like if you smell a rose, take it off fresh and you smell it, almost that on the retro with that sweet white pepper and a creaminess. It's still very heavy in espresso flavor, like chew up an espresso bean. But you also do get that same floral note, a little bit like on the sides of the tongue, and then there's a creamy finish on the tongue, palate, however you want to say it. With a little bit of that sweet white pepper that kind of lingers on top of the tongue for a minute, and then it just kind of fades into that floral creaminess. This is a nice smoke. It's smoking a long time. I'm probably close to 45 minutes into this thing already. I know I've been taking my time. I've been on responding to emails and stuff also. But it's taking a little while. I'm actually happy I have a box of these, because that's good. That's a good one. Rocky Patel Dark Dominion Maduro. And it's dark. It is a dark cigar. Not just by look, but that is a dark, rich espresso. I can see on the amount of smoke, the draw opened up. I ended up tapping that ash, and we must have got past that little point where it was plugged, because it seemed like after I had tapped the one ash, it started smoking a lot more easy. It's not like a full open draw, but I'm not having to put the sucking power on, you know what I mean? And just out of my experience, as you guys know, I don't tell you what to do. I just try to share what happens and what works for me. Is after a couple of pulls, turn your cigar a little bit for your next pulls. That'll kind of help rotate your burn for you a little bit. Especially depending on, like, my space heater is blowing this way. So whatever the way the wind is going, try to rotate it opposite of that to help your burn line. Just a little tip. Might work, might not. It seems to work in here in the tent. Not always, though. You guys have seen. But the construction on this has been fantastic. Watch, I'll tap this little ash. It looks like a 70s jet engine. How it comes to that point, you know? Nice. Oh yeah. Still has a little tingle in the nostril though, so if you're not a big pepper person, even if it's the white smooth pepper, it went from reddish black pepper at the beginning to like a white smooth pepper. But it's still had a hair or something on my lip. It still can tingle the nostril. So if you're not big on pepper, I wouldn't do a big retro at this point. A normal retro, like, doesn't do anything for me anyway. So if you're not big on pepper on the nostril, you probably do just a normal retro and not like a big old full-blown retro, and it'd be fine. Alright, that's the update. I shall return. Alright there, YouTube, how you guys doing? This cigar was pretty surprisingly good. Like I said, my other Rocky Patels I've had have been pretty good too. The only one I didn't really like was the edge. I don't even think I could finish that one. It's not that it was bad, it just it got some bitterness, and when the bitter hits me too strong, I can't do it. That and leather forward are just not for me. This was like having a very rich, dark espresso without drinking it, with some white sweet pepper, a nice white sweetness. Good tobacco flavor. This almost, I hate to say it and compare it to another cigar. This almost reminds me of the oh, there goes my light. Hold on. Well, shoot. What is it? Oh, it almost reminds me of the Almec from Foundation. It's dark, it's rich, and just espresso heavy. I mean, it's not just like it, but it reminisces that just because of the dark Maduro and the espresso. Anyway, this light, my light on the camera went out when I'm using my phone. Anyway, good thing we're at the end, right? Let's see, there we go. So this Rocky Patel dark, what was it? Uh-oh. I forgot. The Rocky Patel Dark Dominion Maduro. I'm glad I have a box of these. It's that good. Definitely box worthy, in my opinion. So, until next time, YouTube, try different sticks, and always keep it smoky, my friends. Well, and always keep it smoky, my friends. We're not cutting that out. We don't do retakes, but you get it twice. Now you can see the smoke coming at you. Alright. The light threw me off. Here you go. One more time. If I can hit the button, stop button.